Good evening and welcome to SAT TV's Channel 9 Evening News. I am Nisha Charles.
And I am Desmond Joseph.
And we are your presenters for the evening. Thank you for joining us. Among the major developments, international taxation course opens in Dominica.
Cayman Islands scrape expat tax.
Assad forces claim advance in Aleppo.
And in sports, Dominica places second in Windward Island school games in Grenada.
Details of these and other stories after the break.
SAT Telecommunications Ltd is the official rights holder and broadcaster of the 2012 London Olympic Games.
Support local, support SAT Telecommunications Ltd, the people's choice. Join hands with us. Come and sign up for your digital TV connection today. We got the sharpest, cleanest, brightest digital TV connection. No antiquated analog service, only pure digital and many new packages coming soon. With latest in sports, movies, children programming and much more. So if you have your flat screen TV and you want to see quality TV, join now. Sign up today for your digital television. Support local, support SAT Telecommunications Ltd, the people's choice. Support local, support SAT Telecoms Ltd, the people's choice. Join hands with SAT and come in and sign up for your digital internet connection today. The fastest broadband digital internet. Why settle for imitation when you can get a better choice? Choose from our 5 packages. We've got the warm-up package going at 256 kilobytes for $28.75. We've got the breezy package at 1.5 megabytes going at $57.50. We've got the Maverick package at 3 megabytes going at $69. We've got the Jet Stream package at 4 megabytes going at $126.50. And we've got the Warp Drive package at 6 megabytes going at $241.50. So come in today and join in hands with the family of SAT Telecoms Ltd and sign up for your fastest digital broadband internet service today.
Thank you for staying with us. Now for the details of the news. What's on Your Mind is the latest artwork of one Dominican writer. Cesarina Paul of Portsmouth, a former youth development officer, has been working on the book throughout her university years. A book launching ceremony was held at the Central Credit Union Community Center in Portsmouth on August 3rd. Chief Youth Development Officer Mr. Jules Pascal is elated that this is the second of his fellow colleagues to achieve such milestones, and he commends her on her work and looks forward to more from her in the future.
Because it is indeed good to know that you can write so that you can impact today's generation as well as tomorrow's generation. And I want to highly commend Cesarina on an excellent work, and I wish her all the best. Thank you very much.
Minister for Tourism Honorable Ian Douglas expressed that the literary tradition in Dominica is very rare, and this is an auspicious occasion for them in Portsmouth.
But throughout history, a civilization or any community really is measured. Persons who study anthropology and history and want to go back and study a civilization, the primary instrument and the primary source by which that is done is the investigation into the writing of that civilization.
Mr. Douglas said that 50 to 100 years from now, there should be evidence to show what kind of community Portsmouth was, and it is through writings such as What's on Your Mind that they will find their answers.
They will look into what's on your mind. They will peer into the window of what's on your mind, not only to investigate and to see the mind of the author and the personality of Cesarina, this young, dynamic person who is an example and a beacon and a light, not only to our community, but to our nation on a whole.
Author Cesarina Paul says writing was therapy for her whilst attending school, though some teachers made her feel that she was unable to learn. A lot of the awards from the Midwestern State University shown on display served as a catalyst for her motivation.
I put them here today not because I want you to know that I got any of these, but I put them there today because these were the motivating factors. They helped to motivate me and to help me to realize you can learn. You're not stupid. These people made you think you're stupid, that you are an average student, but you're an excellent student. Which student walks through a university and in the first semester the professor says, I think you should be doing a master's program. You're in the wrong class.
Of the 120 credits she received from Leicester University, only 12 were transferred to Midwestern University, and that broke her down and led to her using writing as therapy. Ms. Paul is also grateful for the youth division because it has shaped her into the woman that she is today.
Youth division is not perfect. Every department has its problems, but I wouldn't like to work anywhere else. I wouldn't like to work anywhere else. Youth division has shaped this person that I am in many ways. Many, many ways. And I'm not saying that because my boss or my chief, I like to say my chief, even though he tell me not the Carib chief, is alright. But I'm not saying that because chief is there or any other staff member is there. Packet, I just met Packet and I've told him, you know, we have all, you know, everywhere you go you have difficult situations in any workplace. But if you give me 10 departments and tell me choose and you put youth division, you can put it right at the back, I'm going to choose it.
Her book is available on Amazon and an electronic version can be obtained at smashwords.com.
In other news, it was a very special day for one young man as he took his final vows in the process of becoming a Catholic priest on Tuesday, August 7th. The church service, which took place at the Our Lady of Fatima Church in Newtown, was well attended by well-wishers, family and friends, amongst others Mr. Elton Leta, as he professed the perpetual vows of chastity, obedience and poverty as a member of the religious order known as the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer. Mr. Leta says that he always had a desire to become a priest but made the steps to do so after being involved in a car accident in 2002. The 37-year-old pointed out that he got the time to think about his life after lying on a hospital bed for about 3 months nursing spinal injuries from the life-changing accident which occurred on the Castle Bruce Highway. Mr. Leta said choosing the Redemptorist order was an easy one for him since he grew up near the retreat house in Girardel run by the Redemptorists. Reverend Dennis Sweeney, a United States native who delivered the homily at the church service, said Leta was making the choice to love God's people for the rest of his life. Mr. Leta will leave Dominica in September to become ministry in Trinidad. He will be ordained a deacon in October 2012 and a priest in early 2013.
Now on to business news.
The payment of taxation is mandatory by all working adults, and therefore expertise in that field is most helpful.
These were the words of trade analyst and sustainable development consultant Dr. Eisenhower Douglas speaking at the opening ceremony of the International Taxation in the Caribbean Context course held on Tuesday, August 7th.
Taxation may be regarded as a sovereign right. You know, in fact, it's a sovereign right, one of the sovereign rights of the state, because typically taxation is imposed, you know, by government. Not surprisingly, therefore, taxation forms the principal source of recurrent revenue in a country like Dominica, and make the distinction between recurrent revenue and capital revenue. Capital revenue, for example, if you sell land, you know, if the government is selling land, the revenue is called capital revenue, as opposed to taxation that brings in recurrent revenue. So taxation is very, very important.
Dr. Douglas says that taxation is very important for economic growth, especially in a small country like Dominica, as it attracts the foreign capital that is needed for investment purposes. Administrative Assistant of the Dominica State College, Ms. Daisy Rodney, pointed out that this course is very important as it makes it possible for Dominican professionals to be globally competent.
The tax perspective, except discussed in great depth and breadth in the ITCC, demands that our professionals invest continuously in lifelong learning. It is the only way we can be assured of Dominica's readiness for sustainable competitiveness on the world's stage. Fueled by this philosophy and fortified by the private sector support we have received in order to deliver the course from National Cooperative Credit Union, National Bank of Dominica, Island Car Rentals, and AC Shiniford and Company Limited, we are on course to be the leader in the personal and professional empowerment of our nationals.
Dominican-born tax expert and law professor Vaughn E. James is course facilitator and is delighted for the opportunity to offer his expertise at the forum. He has highlighted some of the topics that will be discussed during the sessions.
We need to understand the terms that are being used today. We need to understand globalism, and we'll talk about globalism. We need to understand globalization, and we'll talk about globalization. We need to understand the term tax harmonization, And we shall spend some time talking about tax harmonization. And oh, by all means, we need to understand the term harmful tax competition, which is what we were accused of. But by the way, when I say we, I speak as a Dominican. Forget about the fact I carry an American passport, but I speak as a Dominican. So we were accused of harmful tax competition. And we have to understand that over the next few weeks. So over the next week, I said few weeks, actually it's 2 weeks. Over the next 2 weeks, between now and next week, Friday, we'll talk a lot about things that as we open our minds, we can truly achieve emancipation.
The course will go on for the next 2 weeks.
For all those who think they have what it takes to become the next Calypso champ, they now have the chance to do so. Ministry of Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs Cooperative Division officially launched an upcoming Calypso competition. Mr. Charles says Calypso is the spinal cord of our country. He believes there are many issues that affect us that we cannot express directly, and this is where Calypso comes in. He added that this is a mandate for us.
Research have showed that Dominica is one of the early places in the world that Calypso was ever sung. It's like the spinal cord of our nation, where lots of things we want to say, we can't say it, but the Calypsonian is given the mandate to say it. The writers, the arrangers, the guys who come to the fore and we see year in, year out, come out with talents from various backgrounds to allow us to enjoy various issues of the day, issues which affect us, and we can't speak about it in open. The Calypsonian is like our mouthpiece.
President of the Calypso Association, Mr. Kelly Williams, says that it is difficult to write Calypso songs only based on cooperatives, when usually Calypso is used to express any opinion. Williams also encourages songwriters, Calypsonians and entertainers to take part. He called on the government to put a halt to culture taxes. Williams believes that our culture should be supported rather than taxed.
And I could probably use this opportunity again to call on our government to stop taxing culture. Culture shouldn't be taxed in no way. Culture should be supported. And we'll continue calling for things like the Calypso. First of all, here, you probably see me fanning earlier on, and I saw a few other people doing it. We need to aircon this whole place. And that $80,000 could have brought us very far in terms of doing that. Because people look at Calypso as we have an endless, bottomless pot of gold, that we can just take and never. But it's not like that. We collect a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money, and at the end of it, sometimes it's just about a break even.
Registrar of the cooperatives, Mr. Renick Tuse, says that the cooperative movement is on promotion drive and the competition is open to the public. He gives us some more information about the cooperative.
People love Calypso sometimes for the beat or for the dance, but there are persons who love the social commentary. They will listen to every word. And so sometimes even in the party, there's some line in the song that will catch you, that will hook, and it will catch you and it will stay. And that's what. And in all songs, that's why sometimes when you're going to advertise, you use a song, and there's a catchy line in it. So that's what it does. And I must say, we believe that it's going to work. Why? We already have a promotion on the radio and on television. And for this year, we have been getting a lot of requests.
The person in first place will receive $7,000, the second place winner will receive $5,000, and the third place will receive $3,000.
Ras Bobby Olivachi and Hiru Shango Harris are continuing their mission to forward grassroots healing education to the people of Waitukubuli. Just 1 month ago, these two healers held several very successful lecture sessions in Dublin, Roseau, and Portsmouth. Many people took the opportunity to interact with the very knowledgeable healers who lectured on various aspects of healing, dealing particularly with diagnosis through the science of iridology and reflexology and how to treat non-communicable diseases. Ras Bobby has said it is no coincidence that we are here during emancipation celebrations. It is not by chance that at this time we seek to emancipate ourselves from medical slavery in two of the areas that offer the greatest resistance to slavery, colonialism and capitalism, which are Grand Bay and the Kalinago Territory. Ras Bobby pointed out that he and Mr. Harris are in a revolution and they shall continue to mobilize. The natural healers say that their tools are herbs, prayers, good nutrition and a good environment. The good news will go to Salabia, Marigot and Grand Bay this weekend. Mr. Harris and Mr. Olivachi see humans, land, water and herbs as our greatest resources, and in Dominica we are overwhelmed with all of the above, so it should be easier for us to be healthy. The healers plan to share information related to herbs and their uses, breathing exercising, stretchings, affirmations and nutrition. Sessions will be on Friday, August 10th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Grand Bay Old Fort, on Saturday, August 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Salivia Clinic, and Sunday, August 14th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Marigot Primary School. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.